Good morning!
Bienvenue.
Yes.
Is that French?
It's him and me. Bienvenue.
Bienvenue.
French,
Yes, well.
which, if you've ever seen the musical
Les Miserables.
Cabaret,
Oh.
you would know several because it goes, Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome. And that's how I learnt my first 3 ways of saying hello in foreign languages.
Yes. And Merry Christmas, or Happy New Year, or Happy Easter, depending on when this goes
Yes,
out.
or Happy Hanukkah, or any other kind of religious festival that
Other
you may
religions
or may not celebrate.
Available.
Other religions are available.
So welcome to All About the Bass.
And here we have the Mustang bass, which came out earlier this year as part of a series of reissues of Mustang, sort of classic offset basses, classic offset guitars, Duosonic, Mustang and Mustang bass. And we thought we'd grab them, talk a little bit about what the history of the Mustang bass was, what it's for, who might like it, and what kind of noises it makes. So, where did it all start, Nath?
Well, in 1966, apparently.
Wow.
Well, actually, designed in 1965, and it was the last instrument that Leo Fender designed before he left and sold up to CBS.
Sold out.
Yes.
Split up.
Yeah.
Went on to, I would say, bigger and better things, but alas, it probably wasn't.
Well, I don't know. What did he do? Do we know what he did?
Music Man.
He went on to design some protectors on the front and back of cars, didn't
Yes, they were really popular.
Yeah. So he did all right.
Music Man, GNL, they were his 2
Guns
main.
and Roses. So,
George and Leo.
Anyway.
George Fullerton and Leo Fender was GNL.
Yeah, all right,
if I
good.
remember rightly. Anyway,
Whatever.
so come on.
Anyway, so this was in 1966, but in those days it just had the P-bass pickup and a couple of controls. So what they've added on now is a jazz pickup at the back and a little 3-way pickup selector switch. So obviously you've got a lot more tonal possibilities.
What's the main difference then between the Mustang bass and the P-bass for those that aren't familiar?
Well, okay. Well, I guess it's really going to be scale length, isn't it? It's the physical size.
Yeah.
This is considerably shorter.
It is.
And I think, was it originally designed as a student?
Yeah, it was designed to
instrument?
be, the Mustang and the Duosonic and the Mustang bass were all designed to be kind of more affordable versions of their sort of larger contemporaries. So we have
because it is quite dinky. I don't. You can.
Yeah, small body size.
Tiny body.
Small body size, 13-inch scale length, which is a good sort of 4 inches shorter than a regular jazz or P bass.
Pete? No?
Yeah,
all right, fine. No, didn't pick up on that, fine.
Okay, that's a golden opportunity for a bloopers video.
Golden opportunity missed.
Never mind. Same basic kind of size headstock and tuners and stuff that you would get on a regular P bass. On these reissues, again, you've got some fairly chunky saddles here, but a pretty simple screw-on bridge where no option to string through the body. It's just strung in through the back of the bridge here. And as Nathan was saying, on these reissues, we've got a jazz bass pickup put in at the bridge as well as the P-bass split coil. Yeah. Can't remember if there's a third colour or if it's just the white and the red with the sort of the mint green kind of parchment scratch plate. But if there is a third colour, it will appear by the magic of editing on your screen now. And if there wasn't one, I don't know, something else will appear here.
Parchment, you say?
That's what they call this sort of mint green aged scratch plate, the colour. They call it like a parchment colour.
Very nice. Very nice too.
So let's get some tones. Actually, before we get some tones, let's get some tones.
Let's get some tones.
And then we'll talk.
That's the place to start with the
Yes.
tones. Okay, well, so here's your controls. You've got volume, just one volume that covers everything, and an overall tone.
Yep.
Sort of you know, treble off basically.
Yep.
As a passive EQ, and then pickup selector switch. So if we start on the front, sort of your conventional P bass pickup. So that's pretty straightforward.
Yep.
Roll the tone off of that. Bit of dub, nice bit of. Okay, and then we go to the back pickup. Obviously the jazz pickup. This is a lot more sort of honky, middly, trebly. Tone off on there. And then both pickups at once gives you a big full sound. So you kind of got the top end and the bottom end all in the one there. And I have to say, it's a very nice, it sounds nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've again, so that, obviously I guess what probably draws people initially to, you know, any of the shorter scale instruments that Fender make will be, you know, the size. So, you know, perhaps if you're a younger player or something like that, or you just find the jazz bass or the P bass just physically, you know, uncomfortably too big.
Yeah.
But where I think the Mustangs and you know, they whether you're talking about guitars or basses or the Duosonics, you know, where they kind of spawned this army of fans was the fact that the shorter scale bass, when tuned, shorter scale instrument when tuned to pitch, has much less tension in the strings, and so it just sounds different. I know certainly the word that we tend to describe the guitars as being is the strings take on a more almost like rubber band kind of twang to them.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I guess there's a lot more physical movement in the string. I don't know whether or not, you know, when we're down into the sort of lower frequencies of the bass, whether we're still hearing such a marked difference. But I mean, you've obviously got a lot more experience of playing, you know, regular scale length basses. So is there anything, you know, does anything kind of feel or audibly sound different by having the shorter scale length?
It feels a little bit different, I guess. I don't know, it's a funny one for me because I play the guitar as well, so this is more like a sort of guitar length, so it doesn't feel that weird.
Yeah,
you know,
it looks like you're sitting there almost, you know, with a natural sort of guitar kind of positioning.
Sure, yeah, it's like a guitar with two strings missing and really heavy ones.
Really heavy ones.
Yeah.
So it's the ultimate drop tune metal guitar, basically.
That's right.
Is it? So I guess, you know, this will appeal to you know, either people just beginning their kind of, you know, journey into playing bass who just want something smaller.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be good for kids, right? Obviously, because it's smaller.
Yeah.
And I mean, a full size bass is pretty big.
You certainly, I think, you know, most even younger teenagers will struggle on a jazz bass or a P bass, won't they? So this is kind of ideal for that. And then for anybody that just, you know, even when they're fully grown, just feels like it's just, you know, they just want something a bit more compact. But I just think, as I said, that there's a look and a vibe, I think, with the Mustang bass. It kind of says, look, I'm going to rock an affordable instrument. There's a definite, you know, when you look at a lot of those kind of anti-establishment kind of, you know, bands, you know, they like that kind of thing of, look, I've just got something cheap and affordable and entry level, but I'm still going to make great music and rock out on it. And it kind of, these kind of guitars will always appeal to those kind of bands.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's a bit different, isn't it? That's the thing. It's
but I like it. You know, I mean, it's let's see how it sits in a mix with a Mustang guitar.
Oh, well, that's a good idea.
Back in a mo.
Hey!
That's it.
I think that just about wraps it up, doesn't it?
Yeah, so there you go. Hope you've enjoyed this little fun look at the Mustang bass. I'll stick some links online. I'll stick some links in the description below so you can find out more. These are about £500 in the UK. It's a cool little bass. It's a cool little bass with some cool tones. And
right there, Frosty.
And if anyone else would like to adopt a Danish refugee this Christmas, just call me. I have one going well cheap. Bye.
See you next time. Ta-ta.